Okay everyone, so welcome back to the channel, and as you can see I've got a new toy. Now I was not expecting to buy a vectrex yesterday, and what happened was I was working in a place called Lowestoft yesterday, and on the way home I had to pop into Great Yarmouth to just sort of go into an agent that I've been doing the work for and just have a quick conversation with them. And as I was walking past their premises, there was a cash converters right near it, and you know, as you do, you go, oh, I'm just going to pop in and see what they've got. And I really didn't want to buy anything because, to be honest guys, I probably got to sell a few things to pay for my last lot of pickups. So when I saw this sitting on the top shelf, I was like, oh my god, you know when you get that feeling, you know it's just coming home with you. And yeah, this was 100% always coming home with me. And I paid £450 for this, which is a lot of money. It's probably the most expensive thing I've ever picked up. Well, in fact it is, in this games room, the most expensive item I've ever picked up. But let me just, what I will do now is I'm going to switch the camera around and I'm going to show you what I've picked up with this. Okay guys? Right guys, we're back. So, like I said, I'm just going to show you what I got with this for the £450 that I paid. So the first thing, it's a bit out of reach, and that is, it came boxed. And as you can see, this box is in absolutely beautiful condition. You know, to get it in this condition is amazing, really. I mean, all the bits and pieces are there. The only thing that's missing is it's got one poly missing from the top of the box, which is, I've heard a few people say theirs is missing as well. I suppose what people did was they took the top one out, got it out, probably discarded the top one, do you know what I mean? And then when they went to go put it back, they were like, oh, I don't know where it's gone. But it doesn't bother me, do you know what I mean? Once you put it in there, it sits in there quite snug actually with just the singular one. So all good. But it also came with some games, guys. So this is what the big draw and a big selling point for me when I saw it, because £450, I've been told that these can go for about £400 on their own, do you know what I mean? So what it, oh, before I do that, inside the box as well, so you've got the instruction manual in lovely condition. It's also got the overlay, which, if you don't know what that is guys, I'm pretty sure most of you do. You kind of put it on there. Let's turn it back on. The reason I turned it off, there's quite an annoying hum coming out of it, which I've been told by some friends that, oh, it's a bit too loud. Been told by some friends that you can get something called a buzz off kit, which removes all that buzzing, which I most definitely will be doing. But yeah, so the overlay came with it for the game that's built in. I believe that's called Mindstorm. And it's actually got some of the high scores, I don't know if you see that guys, from the original owner, which I find absolutely cool to have. I love little things like that, seeing people's sort of history of the games. I mean, some people hate that, but I really, really like it. It just tells a story kind of thing. It's also got this warranty card. Again, it's not, obviously I can't do nothing with it, but I just find these little quirky things really cool to have in the collection. So yeah, that was what came in the main box. But these are the games that it came with. So the first one I've got to show you is something called Bedlam. And this is in beautiful condition. It's got all the, again, the overlay with it. I won't get them all out, guys, because it can be a bit of a pain, but it's definitely in there. And the cartridge. Again, you know what I mean, it's probably 40 years old now, this. And to be in that condition after 40 years old is amazing, really. Next one I've got to show you is Scramble. Again, great condition, but only problem with this one, it is missing the top flap, which you know, it's one of them things, isn't it? You know, it doesn't bother me because I'm not a mint collector. But I suppose if one came up one day in better condition and it was not astronomical money to swap it out and change it, maybe I would do it. But to be honest, probably what I'm going to do with these is what I've done with my NES games. Just get some box protectors, and you know, they sit on the shelf and they look great. So I mean, the main thing with this, although it's got the thing, it's got the overlay, and this one's quite a colourful one, which, you know, I find really cool. I mean, the reason I've bought a Vectrex is I went to a meet-up at City Steve's at the beginning of the year. I played on one previous to that, probably maybe once for about 5 minutes, so I didn't really get enough time to play it before. But when I went to his meet-up, I had loads of time to play it, and it blew me away, man. The actual graphics they're just unique to it, I think, if I'm being totally honest. And yeah, it's quite one of them things. It's quite addictive. It's just one more go all the time, and I fell in love with it there and then. And it was a mission to get one. I didn't expect to get one so soon, to be honest. I thought, you know, I mean, I saw one that was quite beat up recently for £300 on Marketplace on Facebook, and this corner here on it was like kind of, it had been, I don't know, it was just been like lodged up. It was like removed from the other part of the plastic, which, looking at this, is a bit odd. It must have been dropped or something. And I think I offered the guy something like £200 for it, and they said no. And I said, well, you know, in that condition, that was all it was worth, really. But looking back now, I'm really chuffed that I didn't, because I've ended up with this one. Right, next game. Game I don't know too much about. Rip-Off. Again, the box is in really great condition, guys. You know, it's there. It's got the, I don't know if you can just see that. I won't pull it all out, but the overlay is definitely there. I checked all this in the shop when I was buying it. The manager was really great, actually, when I was there. Sometimes when you go in these shops, they don't really want to know you. They're just there. The item's just there. Kind of, all they care about is the money. Whereas the guy had this set up in the shop. He had the power already hooked up to it. I kind of pulled it about a bit, do you know what I mean, to see what was in these boxes and that. And he did no dramas for that. So fair play to him for letting me do all that. The next one is called Spike. Again, don't know much about this. One of my friends did say this is one of the more pricier ones. Unfortunately, my one's a bit beaten up. But again, guys, it's going to be kind of box protectors, and it'll look fine. That's good enough condition for me. That is. Next one, guys, is one called Clean Sweep. It is in lovely condition, this one. You know, and when I spoke to my friends, I spoke to a couple of friends, and they said, you know, with all them games, for £450 hour, you can't go wrong. If you ever needed to sell it, I mean, there's high scores and stuff on that. Again, I love all that. It tells a story, doesn't it? So what I'm saying, yeah, they were saying if you ever came into hard times and you needed to get rid of it or raise some cash, you would have no trouble selling that for the money that you paid. Berserk. It's supposed to be a great game, this. I've never played it. I don't know if I should be ashamed of that, but I haven't. I think it's on other games as well. But again, great condition. The overlay's there. Game's in there. Look. Let me see the overlay. I don't want to keep pulling them all out because there is some damage to the thing, and obviously the more I keep opening and closing these, more likelihood that it's going to fall off. The next one we've got is Armour Attack. Now I have played this one, and this is pretty cool actually. The flap is missing from the top of this one. Again, guys, doesn't bother me. You know, it's going to go in a case. It's going to look great. You know, on the shelf. I could probably pull the overlay out for this one actually, just to show you. It's got a very colourful one. This game reminds me a bit of what's that game? Tron. You know, like Tron, where they've got the 4 different mini games, and there's one with a tank, and you've got to go around. You've got to shoot a tank. It's a bit like that. It's not quite the same, but it did remind me of that. And that, if you've not tried that, it's definitely worth giving that a go, by the way, guys. Right, the last game is Solar Quest. Have I played this one? No, I've not tried this one, but it's in fantastic condition. You know, again, high scores and that written on the box. It's such a cool little item, isn't it? And yeah, I'm over the moon to own it. So that's all the games. I must admit, guys, sometimes when you buy something, you get that kind of buyer's regret, don't you? You know, have you done the right thing when you spend a lot of money on something? I've had that a couple of times where I've gone, oh my God, you know, I've spent a lot of money here. But I must admit, driving home from Great Yarmouth yesterday with this, because I put it on the front seat of my van, I had a big cheesy smile over my face, and there wasn't 1 inch of buyer's regret with it at all. And I'm just really, really chuffed to own that. But yeah, nice short sweet video today, guys. I just thought I'd share you with that. I haven't really done a lot of content lately, been super busy, but I felt that picking that up just deserved a video. And yeah, really over the moon to own it. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Till the next one, take care.